highvolumemusicradio.com. The Business Knowledge Broker Hour.
Hey, yo, Guru, you ready?
Business, marketing, accounting, social media, resources, strategies, tips, events. The Business Knowledge Broker Hour.
It's just savage business.
Grants, funding, capital, life
insurance,
annuities, finances, tax tips, strategies, music, business, local spotlights, business highlights, leadership, entrepreneurship. The Business Knowledge Broker Hour. highvolumemusicradio.com.
Hey, we are back in the studio. That was a little bit of Jason Derulo for you. I dedicate that hit to my mom because she loves Jason Derulo, for some reason. But you know what? I want to say thank you guys for coming back into, another great hour of the Business Knowledge Broker Hour. And the thing about it is that I love doing this because I get to meet amazing people every week. And some people, they decide to create their own lane. They decided to figure out platforms and ways that people can connect. So I'm going to bring up the mic of my next guest. Greetings, this is Candace Joseph. Are you there?
Yes, I'm here.
All right. So you know what? I tell people each and every week, I love having this platform because I get to meet amazing people. And I'm not much for introductions. Reason being is because I love for people to introduce themselves. So I want you to tell the listeners of the Business Knowledge Broker Hour who you are and tell them about your greatness.
Okay. Well, hello, everyone. My name is Khadijah Phillips. I am the founder of Dunbar Besties in Business. Me and my cousin, we've been doing this work for a while. We've always known that collective work and group work was the way to build up our communities, the way to push our businesses further, and the way to create generational wealth for our families and to build up our communities. So that's basically what we've been doing. My cousin Naima Wilson, she's been in social work for over 20 years. I've been in sales and marketing for the same amount of time. And we just decided it was time to get out there, launch this business, help our fellow entrepreneurs, and really put in the work based off of the Kwanzaa principles. In Guzu Saba, the 7 principles of Kwanzaa, we really focus on collective work and responsibility and cooperative economics. That's what our guiding principles are. And I'm excited to be here. I've been chatting with you for a while on Facebook, and I'm glad to finally get a chance to hear your voice.
Look, years, right? Because I will tell you guys, the platform that she developed is called Besties in Business. And, when she first started it, I was so excited about it because, not only does she talk about, having that group collective mindset, but, Khadijah is very pumped and she talks a lot about group economics as well. And I absolutely love that. And the thing about it is I love the fact that you are a true collaborator. You are a true connector of people. And I think that that's so important. And, you talk about it a lot, but networking is big.
It is. It's a big deal, and people don't realize that networking can get you indoors that your degree can't, even your experience sometimes. If you just meet the right person, if you're in the room with the right people, it can really catapult your business forward or just whatever you're trying to do. It doesn't even necessarily have to be about business, just in life. Just making those connections and building true relationships is really, really important. It's important to me. It's really a passion because I know that that's what's missing in our community. We have so many people working in these silos, working by themselves, when if they would just take a second to collaborate and work with other people, our communities would be in better shape and we would have more unity and we will be creating wealth for our families faster. we would just have more abundance. And I just, you know, I created the platform because I want people to understand. I want to find my tribe of people that feel the same way, that understand what I'm trying to do, because it truly is a movement. So,
well, I have to say, your platform not only talks about business, you guys talk, you know, in business and business, you talk about life as well. I think that's the main thing that I absolutely love, is that you guys talk about business. And you know, when we discuss business, a lot of times we forget that people are the driving force. They really are.
Yeah, I like I said, I think building relationships is a big part of being a business owner. It's not just about, here's my link, bye, 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 bye. I feel like the more that you give to people, the more that you will get back in return.
Yeah.
And that's why I focus on the people and building relationships with people, because then, you know, when you come out, whatever your product is, people are more willing to buy or share it because they know you, they like you, they trust you, opposed to you just throwing your link out there. So I really try to push that forward. Like, I do really well building relationships through social media and in life in general. And it's funny because I'm actually an introvert, but this is such a passion of mine. It is. I'm so passionate about it that I come out of my shell for things like this, your podcast, my podcast, and just to build this business. And then when it's all said and done, I'm in the corner reading a book.
You know what? And that's the thing. I think that's one of the things that connected us in the beginning, in the first place, online, because, you know, I am a true introvert, and I tell people all the time. But you're correct. In order for people to know about different platforms and to know about, you know, other great things that are going on, you have to meet people, you have to connect, you have to interact. You know,
right?
You know, people was like, oh, you know, COVID-19. Oh, I have to do all these Zoom meetings, and I tell people, man, do you know Zoom meetings are life for me right now? You know,
Yes.
you know, not only is it safe, but it also it sometimes I feel like Zoom brings people a little bit out of their shell sometimes, because they're in their own spaces, they are relaxed, and people will sometimes talk freely. So I know for me, it's been a great medium, you know, to use. But I love what you said about, hey, in order for me to get out there, even as an introvert, people have to know. Now tell everybody about this podcast, because I want people to know about this podcast.
So the name of the podcast is called Besties Building Brands Podcast.
Yep.
And we just highlight entrepreneurs each week, Saturday, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And we just talk. We talk about their businesses. We talk about different topics. It could be related to business or just life or juggling both. And just touching on what you said about the pandemic, you know, this was the perfect time for entrepreneurs who are introverts like us, because you get to, you know, be behind your computer and get all your thoughts out. You know, you like to read, you like to write. It's a lot easier than the face-to-face interaction. So the podcast is perfect for me because I still get to live out my passion, help entrepreneurs without being so drained because I'm actually in the rooms with people. So we pull them in, we talk to them about their business, and it's just a way to get more eyes on their businesses.
Yeah.
Again, all about group work. We're doing it together. You know, we are working together as a collective to grow all of our businesses together. We want to hook people up with accountability partners. We had a virtual networking event that we did that went really well.
Yeah.
And we're going to do another one. Yeah, so that's basically it. Besties Building Brands. And we're just putting everybody out there. If you're interested in being on the show and, you know, I feel like your brand is a viable brand and a trustworthy brand, I pull them in and we get their business out there.
Hey, all I have to say is this. The greatness about her podcast is the fact that she has, you know, not only these, you know, everyone that comes on as an entrepreneur, but they have different lanes. They come from different life experiences, different niches. I think that's the beauty of it, you know? And I was like, okay. I said, okay, I see what they're working with over here. Okay, all right. right.
We trying to get like you. We trying to get like you.
Well, all I have to say is this. Keep doing the greatness that you're doing, because, you know, a lot of times we don't realize how far our reach is in regards to any spaces that we use, whether it's, you know, just like with me with the radio show or with the podcasting and, you know, YouTube treatment. You never know who you're reaching. And I think that's the beauty of what you guys do in your podcast space. Because trust me, people are listening. They are listening.
You never know who's watching.
Yeah, and they are and the thing about it is that I love the takeaways. Each person that you have on your panel for your show, they give a takeaway, and I absolutely love that. I love it.
Yeah.
I absolutely.
Oh, thank you so much. I was surprised, like, oh, you want me to be a guest on your show? Like you said, a lot of people are watching, and you never know. I'm thinking like, oh, nobody's paying attention, but people are watching, and I'm just so grateful and appreciative for being on here with you and your audience tonight.
Well, you know, thank you. Round of applause for Khadijah.
Thank you. Thank you.
But the thing about it is, I thank you for that, for those compliments, and, you know, the work that you're doing. You've been doing it for so long, and isn't it great when it catches fire?
Yep.
Isn't it great?
One of those 10-year overnight success stories.
See? This is what I tell people. I tell people all the time, like, it took me 10 years to get out of my own way and to find my path, to find my lane, and to know what my course should be. And, you know, sometimes I tell people success isn't overnight, but if you keep striving, you keep going for it, it can happen.
Yep, absolutely. That's true.
Well, you know, I want you to tell people, how can they join your platform? Not only in the podcast space, but, you know, you got an awesome Facebook group, too.
Yeah, so our Facebook group is actually Besties Building Brands / Besties in Business. But if you put Besties Building Brands in, you'll find the group. It's a free group. We do have a VIP group. And I like to say, if you're in those birthday clubs at work and you put money in each month, then you should join our VIP group. It's a monthly fee. We put a portion of the membership dues back into your business to make sure you get guaranteed sales. You'll have access to a training platform, so you'll get all of our trainings. You'll be able to advertise on our podcast. And we do group work. We work collectively as a group to grow our businesses together. So the free group is Besties Building Brands. And to join the membership is joinbesties.com.
See guys, see what I'm talking about? Just greatness all around. Okay, this is the thing. This is the thing. This is the reason why I love what you guys are doing. Because you join so many of these groups on Facebook, and then a lot of them have those, you know, pay member. Okay, pay to be a member, pay to be a member. But you don't see the fruit and the reward. I love how you said that you guys take a portion of the membership fees to make sure that these businesses have sales online. I love that.
Yeah, so we will, you know, and the bigger it grows, the more we'll be able to put back into your business. You know, right now we're still really grassroots, so we're starting, so it may not be, you know, a huge amount, but you'll know that you'll be generating sales. And again, you'll be getting a free advertising, and we'll be promoting your business, which I pretty much do already. Yeah. But, you know, I'll be going a little harder for your business. We'll be, you know, you'll get training, so you'll learn how to market your business properly, how to build brands. And I like what you said about those groups. Like, they charge you to advertise, but there's really no method or rhyme or reason behind it. You pay $10 a month to advertise, or $10 every time you advertise, and you just put your link in there and nobody buys from you. Yeah. Well, I really want you to make money. Like, it's pointless if you're not making money, because I'm not in this to get rich. I'm in this so that we all get rich together. So, you know, the whole idea is that we do it together. Yeah. So, you know, like I said, I'm just looking for my tribe. I know everybody's not going to feel the movement. Everybody's not going to feel what I'm trying to do. But the people that are out there, I'm waiting for you. Let's go. You know, it's a movement, and I'm ready to go. I'm ready to rock and roll.
Well, I have to say, I love what you guys are doing. And I don't care that it's grassroots. I feel that you guys are one of the catalysts that are out here, in social media space and even online. You guys are one of those groups that are making sure that people know that small businesses exist. And you can't get any better than that.
Right, yep. And I mean, I'm just so happy we're growing. We added a new member to our board, Crystal Irvin. She's the CEO of Go Beautiful. So it's the three of us rocking and rolling right now. But it's growing. And I'm glad that people like yourself see it and actually understand the vision and aren't afraid of it and are saying, yeah, they're really doing some good things over there because it's a passion project and, it's going to blow up. I know it is.
Well, I have to say, first and foremost, just for your humbleness alone, that within itself speaks volumes. Because you say, hey, we're grassroots, we're small, but we're building. And I love the fact that you're the architect of this idea, but you're taking it one step at a time. Everything that I've seen, you started the Facebook group. You let people post about their businesses. You post questions of the day. You post thoughts of the day. Like, okay, what are you using for this platform? And then you post things like, okay, have you ever thought about, the cross-referencing your company with somebody else to advertise? Like, nobody does that in the spaces and places that you're doing that. And for that alone, it doesn't get any better. It really doesn't. I have to say that, I've been following you for a while, and I have to say, you talking about that life and work blend. I see you do it well, ma'am. I see you do it well.
Thank you. I'm all about laser focus and discipline, but I'm not one of those strict, schedule people. We have a book that we're working on. And it's just about that. Just about being a mom and out here trying to get it done by any means necessary. You know what I mean? So it's a blessing to even be able to do it.
Well,
and having a support system in place to do it. So,
well, just know you have my total support in what you're doing because I absolutely love it. I love the platform. I love the fact that you guys are warm and you're welcoming, and that's so important in that space.
Right.
It's important because when you share your gifts, your vision with someone, you want to make sure that they understand.
Yep. And at the end of the day, the more you give, the more it'll come back.
Say that again. People need to hear that. I want you to say that again for the listeners.
The more you give, the more that'll come back. And I see it all the time. Like, I've been giving since we started, even to the point where Naima and Crystal have to say, okay, wait a minute now, slow down. Because I'm trying to give out computers and cars and software, and they need it and they want to grow. And they're like, okay, wait a minute, slow down. So I try to give out as much information as I can. I try to build relationships. I try to make sure that people are actually buying from each other in the group and aren't just listening to each other, so that it will grow. And in the end, I see the fruits of my labor because people are noticing. We have a collaboration with Sister Talk Philly where we're giving away a refrigerator filled with food. People are donating. It's just awesome to see that all the hard work that I've been doing behind the scenes is actually is growing and people are noticing. So for anybody that's listening that thinks that their business isn't moving forward, that they're getting, they're defeated, keep going because people are watching.
Yes,
people are watching. Yes.
I love that. And a lot of times people always get, they get the numbers a little twisted when it comes to, social media platforms, right? They always look at, how many likes do I have? How many people have joined my group? But sometimes you never know. You want the right people. It's not sometimes.
Yes, that's true.
You want the right people. You want the right mix. And all I have to say is, in the space of grassroots, keep going. Keep going. Keep building. Because I have to say, I'm proud of you.
Thank you. That means a lot.
Yeah.
We're going to keep going. Believe it or not, I don't even allow everybody in the group that tries to join. And that's why, I'm up late and I'm, because I go to their page, I have to make sure because I don't want to spend, first of all, I don't want a group, I said it before, I would rather have a group of 12 people than 1,100 people if those people aren't really in line with the mission, because it's just a waste of time. So I don't accept everybody, and if I find that people are not aligned with the mission, then I just remove them from the group. Now the group has grown; it's rather large right now, but it's doing okay. So I'm happy with it.
Well, I love that because I'm sitting here and I'm thinking about everything that you said because I'm soaking it in. I love the fact that you said I'm selective about who's in the group. You want people that are quality. Numbers don't matter as long as the quality is there. And, I have to say that, the team that you're building, even with your board, I love the way that you're doing it. You're building it small. You're making sure that people are in line with what you're doing in regards to helping each other grow and also supporting each other that way. And I love the community give back. I love that. I love the fact that people see what you're doing. They're giving to you guys so that you can give to others. And man, I totally understand that because it's happening with me and it can be a bit overwhelming.
It is, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, like I said, as far as the group is concerned, it has to be about quality because we've built relationships outside of Facebook. It wasn't necessarily supposed to be a Facebook group, but due to the pandemic, it kind of turned into that. We had a lot of events planned. We had a huge senior event planned. But in terms of the give back, it's really part of our mission. Like I said earlier, our core principles are collective work and responsibility and cooperative economics. And it's really that we want to, build our communities up together with our brothers in business, our sisters in business, and whatever their problems are, we want them to be our problems so that we can solve them together. We want to, build our own stores, maintain our own stores, and profit together. So it's always about community. It's always about our brothers and sisters. It's never just about one person. It's always about the collective. So those are the people that I'm really looking for because they will understand as we move forward, as we work on group projects together. Even though I've always hated group projects in school, but you know what I mean? If everybody is pulling their weight, that's the point of being selective, to make sure that everybody is pulling their weight, everybody has a job to do, and nobody's just out for self.
Yeah.
We'll all grow together. We can really make a statement and maybe set the tone for the generations behind us. Like, hey, this is the way we do it. Let's not just do it by ourselves. We don't have to be alone in this. Let's work together. They did it. We could do it.
I love it. I love that. So this is what I wanted to know. So if someone's listening right now and they don't actually get the whole concept of a group collective, how do you explain that to people?
Well, I just look at it like if, you're trying to build a business by yourself, and, you only have $10. But what you need to accomplish, let's just say the software you need is $20, but you only have 10. Well, if you have a group of people that you're working with, you can get $100 with a group of people instead of trying to make it work on this $10 that you have yourself. And then when it's the next person's turn, hey, okay, now you need $100. Here goes $100 to you.
Yeah.
Ultimately, you have all worked together. You'll all be able to go further because you've gotten whatever you needed, software, supplies, and then you can all start making money. You can put it back into the collective, and you can continue to grow. You can work on group projects together. You may be a baker. You may be, you may do crafting, so you guys can work on parties together.
Yep.
So it's all about working together. So instead of all the money going to this baker, and then you have to pay another I don't know, a party decorator.
Yep.
If you guys work together with the people in the group, you keep the money in the group, and you will be able to share customers, clientele. You'll be able to piggyback off of marketing. So you're saving money and you're making more money by working together. So instead of trying to make it work off of your $10, you have $100, $200, $300 to play with when it's your turn, when it's your time, when you need it. That's actually how insurance companies started. I don't know if people know that.
Exactly.
That's how they started. Like, you know, everybody pulled their money together.
Yep.
Somebody got in an accident. They need their car fixed. Well, they used that money. And they put the money back. And that's how insurance companies started. That's how other cultures do it. Even with this, what's it called that's going around where they're putting money in and people are saying it was a scam.
Those looms?
No, it's called.
Like
no, it's not a loan. It's like it begins with an S. But whatever it is, they're putting their money in there. They're telling you to put $10 in, and $100 in. You find 5 people, they put $100 in, and then when it's your turn, you get all the money out the pot. But you have to keep adding people into it, and people weren't getting their money out of it. Now, I'm not saying that it's a scam and that it's not, you know, people are making money, but it's kind of like the same concept. You put money in, and then you get a benefit out in return. So it's the same thing. So if you're doing that, if you're doing birthday clubs at work, you're paying $50 every paycheck to get. It's the same thing, but this is creating wealth for your family, creating something that will live far beyond you.
Yeah.
When you're going, your grandchildren and your grandchildren's children will have money and wealth and time and freedom, all the things that we want.
Yeah, and see, that's the thing too. I'm glad that you mentioned some of those groups online. You know, in regards to those, like, you know, some people. I'm looking here at my Facebook chat, and some people are calling those, like, you know, like the pyramid schemes. But I call them those. They. I think the word that they use in the media is called the gifting looms. So it's kind of like, okay, like you said, everybody put their money in a pot. Then you got to bring in so many people. They bring in the same thing. But this is the thing. Sometimes people drop out because they're looking at it like, okay, well, if I'm giving, and I never get anything out of it, they leave. Now, the thing about those, you're correct. You have to be mindful of those. To me, those are just straight up scams. You know, because, you know, you can't put something into a system and not do any work behind it. You know,
exactly.
So to me, those are scams straight up off the board. You know, if anybody's out there doing those gifting looms and all of that, you know, stop the madness. Because I remember about a year ago, that was like the big thing. And, you know, people got to stop doing that. And y'all stop putting y'all Cash App names online, too. Unless it's going to a business account. Because sometimes people will hijack you that way. But I love the fact that you said, you know, if you work together in order to pull off a mission, you can. To pull off the vision. And if each person, you know, because truthfully, that's how I form my team. You know, if each person that has a specific set of skills can get together to help each other grow in business, it's just a beautiful thing.
Yeah, and I just wish more people understood that. And it's not even about the money. I added that component on because I know that's a big deal. People always say, oh, nobody's supporting me. I'm not making any money. Nobody's buying from me. So let's take away that objection right there. We're going to make sure that you're getting sales every month. So now what? We're going to make sure you're getting training every month. So now what? We're going to make sure you have an accountability partner. We're going to make sure, you know, you are in on advertising and group projects, and you may not have time to sit on Facebook every day. Well, we're going to give you a discount on social media management services. It's, you know, there's a lot that comes with it. So you have no reason not to be successful. You still have to put the work in.
Yeah.
But if you're willing to put the work in, we're behind you. You know what I mean? If you understand that, hey, this month, you know, is this person's business or these, depending on how fast it grows, you know what I mean? Maybe we could do 10 businesses this month, or, you know, 5 if you don't have enough members at the time. But as long as you recognize that this is what we're doing, this month your business is going to get $200 into it. 2 years from now, it might be $5,000.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
As long as you see the vision and understand what we're trying to do, and we're equipping you with the skills to grow your business even further. So if you ever decide, hey, I'm going to do my own thing, you're able to.
You're able to. And then the thing about it is that even if someone splits away, I would hope that they will pull up the next person. You know,
you will hope. Yep.
Yeah. You know, that's the thing. I know for me, that's one of the big pushes that I do with people. Like, I don't mind helping you, but make sure that you lift back and pull someone up along the way, because that's the only way we're going to make it, truthfully.
Yep.
Yeah.
And we're trying to secure some funding so that we can offer some things to our members. We're actually going to do a giveaway that's coming soon, probably closer to the holidays in December. We're trying to give away 2 laptops. I know that was a pain point for a few people. People didn't have laptops. They didn't have the proper software.
Yeah.
So we're going to do a raffle so we can raise money for our community outreach portion of it. And then we can also, gift it to someone. You know what I mean? So we're working. Yeah. We have we have a handful of people that are like, whatever you guys do, I'm with it. And that's all you really need. I always tell Naima, we only need one. Like, if it's a day that I'm frustrated and I'm down, and I get an email, one person has joined, I'm like, I'm back. Let's go. I only need one person.
You say, hey, I'm cool with it as long as the vision keeps growing. I love that. I absolutely love all of that. So I want you to tell people how they can be a part of the group. How can they find out about the podcast and how to be a guest? I want you to tell people how they can find you guys.
So there's a number of ways to join the group. It's Besties Building Brands. Besties Building Brands. That's our Facebook group. So you can join there. That's a free group. If you want to be on the podcast, you can, hit me up there, or you can go to our podcast website, which is www.bestiesinbiz.com. And you can send me a message there. You can follow me on Facebook, Khadijah Phillips. We're on Instagram, DBA Besties in Business. So however you got to contact me, you can. But if you get in the free group, you're able to talk to me there. I'm in there a lot. And to join the membership is joinbesties.com.
Joinbesties.com. Well, you know what? I have to say, okay, joinbesties.com, all of those platforms that you listed out, I have to say, keep doing the work of what you're doing, because it's catching fire, and I love watching it grow.
Thank you, and I can't wait to have you on our show.
Me? You chose me? Really? Oh, man, isn't that cool? Well, thank you. Collaboration. You're correct. And I can honestly say I didn't expect that. I don't think I wasn't going to go in there and fill out my little application, but thank you for offering that, and just let me know. I'm always game for that, because the more knowledge that we spread, the more people will be better in business. And it's nothing better than that. I love it.
Yeah. Thank you for having me on.
Well, thank you. And I know that you are over there with your hands full, but I have to say, those 2 kings that you're raising, look, they're going to have some corporations, okay? And I can't wait to see that blossom.
Yes, they are. Thank you so much.
All right. Thank you.
You're welcome. Have a good evening.
You too. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
HighVolumeMusicRadio.com. The business knowledge broker.
Hey, yo, Guru, you ready?
Business, marketing,